Welcome to MMA Surge. I'm your host, Andrew the Squid Montanez. Just want to give a shout out to our 44,000 subscribers. Today we're going to break down the Batman vs. Bane fight scene from The Dark Knight Rises. All right, so now I'm going to bring Simon in so I can demonstrate the first part of this Batman vs. Bane fight scene. So I'll bring Simon in. So there's a spot where they're on the bridge together, and Batman comes in, he's very aggressive. He throws an uppercut, backhand. So he goes uppercut, backhand. Then he goes to throw a left-right combo. So he throws a left, Bane catches one punch here, and he catches this one here. Not really realistic. You're not gonna be able to really just catch your opponent's hands like this. Especially Batman being such a good fighter, you're not just gonna get your first two punches caught like this. And what's even more, this is movie style fighting. Bane throws Batman's hand back at his face, and Batman gets hit with his own fist. That's not really ideal. It's not gonna happen in a fight. If I'm fighting him, look, try to catch my hand. It's not super easy where you're just gonna catch one, catch the other. So that's more of a cinematic type of fighting right there. It looks pretty cool, but not gonna happen. The next part, what he did was, this will actually work. Bane threw a hook at Batman. He caught the hook, swung the hand down, and headbutted, which can definitely work. You could catch the hook here, and with the same block, you can grab the hand, bring it down here, and if you're willing to headbutt the guy, that's a good spot to headbutt him. I may throw an elbow there, or switch hands and do an elbow there, but that's one of the things that actually kind of works. The next part, which is a little more, for you actors out there and you guys that want to understand fight scenes, Batman threw these left, right, left punches at Bane, and Bane just stood there and took the punches. And so the way a lot of this fighting on film works, you don't really have to be too close to your opponent. Like, I could be here, as long as the camera is behind one of us, either it's over there, shooting over his shoulder, or shooting over my shoulder, I could throw the punch here, and as long as he turns his head in sync with the punch, it'll look real. So what they ideally were doing was this. You see, I'm not even that close to him. And if you guys are an actor, if you wanna, I'll go like this. I'll say, hey, other actor, I'm gonna put my hand here. This is my foot positioning. So I know that when my arm is perfectly straight out, that even though I'm not looking at him, I can't hit him. I just gotta be careful. I always tell actors, just don't lean when you throw the punch, because that's when you will hit someone. So if you're just starting out, I'll try to be almost this close, but if you guys are just starting out, be here. So you can throw it nice and hard and not have to worry about punching the guy in the face. All right, so I'll show you kind of how the camera angles work. So I'll show you one over Simon's shoulder. So see right here, I could be kind of close to him, but look, I'm pretty far away from him, and that looks pretty real. My punch is about 2 feet away from his face, but as long as he sells it correctly, it'll look real. We'll switch the other way. I'm here. Like I said, I don't have to be too close to him as long as he turns his head and acts. 1, 2. And see if he throws a punch at my face, you want to really snap your head, make it look real. Throw the right one. I want to really turn with it. Right when I see the hand come to the middle right here, that's when you turn your head and go. So the second fight sequence between Batman and Bane is when Batman gets kicked off the bridge and Bane follows him down by climbing down the chain. This is probably the best sequence of this whole fight scene, probably the most realistic thing. If you guys are trying to learn, this is where you want to learn. So Bane comes down, he grabs Batman by the neck and throws him into the wall. Boom, he gets him in the wall. The one thing Batman does really cool, this will work. Someone gets you against the wall here, you elbow him hard down with 2 elbows, and you throw a hook. So you throw a hook, maybe the guy backs up a little bit. So Bane kind of ends up like this. This is one of my favorite moves. Might not work in MMA, but this could work in a street fight situation or just regular martial arts. Bane ends up in this position. So he throws a backhand and Batman goes under, but that's what he does. He's basically throwing a backhand and a punch at the same time. He's basically anticipating that, all right, this guy's probably gonna duck this, but I can still catch his head, and now he can come back with a big strike. Comes back with an elbow. Batman blocks the elbow, brings it down here, and he goes, boom, uppercut right up the middle. And like I said, with the acting and stuff, this doesn't really have to come near him. It's all about the sell, the snapping the head back, the following the punch through, and just making it look real. So Batman throws his uppercut. This will work. Bam, he goes right to some sort of dirty boxing or a single tie clinch here. And he starts working his dirty boxing, working some knees and stuff. It's kind of hard to tell because the fight scene is very dark, but it looks like he's throwing some knees in there. Next thing he does, he grabs the head and he kind of leans Batman in a certain direction, and he comes with this big overhand right. So I kind of think this move would work. If a guy had me in a tie clinch, and let's say he's pulling me off to maybe this knee, I could maybe spin out and throw a really big overhand right. So he's here, I could almost just turn myself, boom, and just land a big overhand right. And if we're doing it for camera, he turns me here, boom, just like that. Bane gets a lot more height than I do. I was never able to dunk, so, you know, that's as high as I can go. All right, so after Batman gets hit with that flying overhand right, he falls, gets kicked in the body, and he goes up back onto like this bridge area. So Bane follows him up. Batman comes in, he tries to throw this big overhand right, and that's a perfect time to come underneath. Like, if a guy throws in like a right hook, this whole area is open. If you got your timing down, right there to the body. Boom. Hits him in the body. This is a great combination. He comes overhand left, right uppercut, and I think this might work. A lot of people don't, is this knee strike he does. Most people don't expect knee strikes. Ben Henderson did it to Nate Diaz in his last title fight. So, you know, the sport's evolving, martial arts evolving as a whole. So, you know, I could punch you here, I could punch you there. So we'll do this again. He comes underneath, boom, boom, boom. And that's probably what would happen. The guy would probably get down like that, and if you saw in the movie, he just push kicked him and he fell down. All right, so we're gonna go over the next sequence. I'm a wrestler, so this is a cool one. So Batman gets a little bit of separation. He comes in, gets himself in a double leg. You don't really see how it's finished, so he goes down. They cut, and you see Batman pretty much in a mounted position you'd see in an MMA fight. So he's in this mounted position, lands some strikes. This is not ideally the way you're gonna get someone off you, but Bane, the bottom guy, headbutts Batman and just throws him off. And Batman gets thrown off, and you know, not really how you escape a mount. You know, I usually pushing the hips away, popping your hips, doing an escape. You wouldn't ideally headbutt the guy from bottom. So that's more cinematic, more for the film, and just to kind of look cool and kind of show how powerful Bane is. After the takedown, the headbutt, probably the most unrealistic part of this whole sequence is when Bane grabs Batman by the throat. You can grab someone by the throat and be fine, but with one hand, he lifts Batman up, who is a heavy man, not to mention he has all this armor on, and this is about 2 minutes into a fight, so you think he'd be a little tired, and he's able to lift Batman up, and while he holds him up, he lands some strikes like nothing. All right, so let me show you exactly what Batman did. This is not super ideal, but I'll show you what it is. So he grabbed him by the throat, he lifts him up. While he's lifting him up, he lands a couple strikes and pretty much drops him from there. And that's pretty much how you do it, you know, just, you know, do a lot of one-handed push-ups, some shoulder raises, and, you know, you'll find a ton of success. Thank you for watching, all you Batman fans out there. Hope you guys learned a little bit about movie magic and fight choreography. and just got to learn how fight scenes are made. We also have a behind the scenes video that's coming out next week, so be sure to check that out so you see exactly how we made the reenactment. Remember, we have a request week coming up, so leave a suggestion of what move you want to see, what fight we should break down, what movie we should reenact. And if I pick your idea, get a free MMA Surge t-shirt. So easy as that. I'm the Squid, and I'll see you next time on MMA Surge.